Good morning and happy Black History Month. Welcome back to another vlog.
You in the past, I'm in the future. You mad that they don't salute you. I need a bag.
Thank you so much for clicking on this video. If you're new here, my name is Keela Trishan and I make videos on lifestyle, insurance, and mental health. I also do vlogs, day in the life in the insurance industry, day in the life with a small child, all the things. So if that's something that interests you, go on ahead and click that subscribe button below. Turn on your notifications so you don't miss anything from me. And if you're returning, thank you so much for coming back and thank you for your support. All right, so I just got back from dropping off the kid at school. It is a little before 7:30, which is the time that I clock into work. It's Monday. Let me just put that out there. So I really don't know what I'm walking into, you know, like after the weekend. It's 2 days where I'm not online, and so anything could happen. I always hope and pray for the best, but I brace myself as I log on, load all of my programs, and open my emails and stuff like that. I've mentioned this to you guys before, so it's not new. But basically, where we kind of left off last week, work-wise, there are a few spreadsheets that we were asked to fill out. We're at a point with the claims, the wildfire claims. We're at a point where we're trying to start finalizing some items. People that have been like not wanting to start because of various issues, we're trying to figure out like what can we do to move this claim along, because a lot of it really is just people not agreeing with the scope of work, like wanting more work done than was actually needed. You got some people that just simply don't know where to start, but like we're offering vendors and they don't want those vendors. Like, it's an array of things. So I ended last week. Basically, I was going through a big claim. One of the estimates I was working on, it looked like it did get approved like towards the end of the day, but it was too late for me to talk to the contractor. So I had to prepare a comparable estimate, their estimate, which is out of control. So I prepared a comparable, and it's actually much less than what they are charging. So I'm going to send my insured just all of the documents and then have him send it to his vendor. And I guess if need be, I'll send out a contractor to prepare a comp. So there is that. But anyways, let me go on ahead and just get everything set up. I still got a few minutes and stuff, so I just want to like load everything. So when it's time to clock in, I can clock in. I can get my smoothie going and get to work. So I'll be back in a little bit. All right, you guys. So I am still logging on. I just opened up my emails. I promise you, the anxiety that I have when I log on after being, away for the weekend really should be studied. Like, why do I be so nervous? It's like you just never know, at least in my experience, you just never know if there's gonna be like an issue that you just like can't deal with right away, or like if it's just like some crazy off the wall stuff, because that'll happen. And it's funny because when I get something that's like crazy and I'm like, what the hell? I immediately get like stressed out and like frustrated. And depending on what time it is in the morning, I just like put it out my mind. But I'm big on like actually slowing down, looking at what the person's asking for or what the actual issue is, taking some time to chew on it. Cause a lot of like being an adjuster is like you have to be able to make decisions quickly, but you also have to understand that, some situations you can't like resolve quickly. So sometimes you have to slow down, like don't get frustrated. Just, set the problem to a side, get comfortable, and then really think about what the person's asking for or what the problem is. And is this something that you can reasonably handle on your own? Can you think outside the box? Or do you need to engage a supervisor or manager or something like that? And here's the thing, it's not always the biggest deal when you have to include your manager, especially if you have a cool manager. Thank God, like my managers and supervisors are really cool and they're very helpful. Also, I have one-on-ones with my supervisor every week. So it's perfect. Like sometimes I'll have issues and I'm stressed out about it and I can't really resolve it on my own, or it's something where I have an idea of how I want to resolve it, but I need to make sure that I have like approval to do so. Sometimes I'll just leave it until my weekly meeting. I'm like, you know what, this is too much. So I just make myself a little list of claims to discuss with her, and we go from there. But anyways, I logged on and I don't see anything too crazy. I did get a really good survey, so that is, amazing. I had closed like 2 or 3 claims last week, and one of the guys completed a survey. He was really nice to me too, and he just like thanked me for all the help. I didn't think that he was going to complete the survey, but he did. So I am very, happy about that. That helps, when it comes time to get raises and, just like performance bonuses and stuff like that. So, yeah. So far, there's nothing too crazy on my emails. Just like housing stuff. A vendor that we work with sent a notification about a class that I think I'm signed up for, like a CE class for adjuster credit. So yeah, there's that. And then I just logged onto my desktop to see what claims I need to work on. And there are a bunch of payment approvals that I got. So that is amazing. And then I also got some reserve request approvals. So listen, that is like best case scenario. So, anyways, I'm about to start. Basically, what I'm going to do is since I got those approvals, I'm going to go through and start sending the customers emails, letting them know, hey, payment is approved. Here's a copy of the documentation for your records, blah, blah, blah. And then there are some claims that I did not get a chance to touch last week because I was so inundated with other stuff. So I'm going to touch the claims that I wasn't able to touch last week and then also start filling out those spreadsheets. So I'm going to start working through those things. But first things first, I'm really going to have to make this smoothie because I'm starving. I only ate once yesterday, a big meal, but it was only one time. So now I'm really hungry. So I'm going to go ahead and get my smoothie so I'm not over here hangry. And I'll be back with you guys in a little bit after I, tackle some of these tasks. Hey, y'all. So that claim that I was working on took me way longer than expected. I have not been able to make my smoothie, and that was like an hour ago when I told y'all I was going to do it. So now I'm like crazy hungry. So yeah, I know I've told y'all what I put in my smoothies like before, but why not go over it again? Because maybe you didn't see those videos. So I keep it real simple. I start with frozen blueberries, oatmeal. I'm almost out, so I'm actually gonna have to get some more before the week is up because I only have enough for probably today and tomorrow. And then chia seeds. Then I add some collagen and some whey protein powder. So I'm usually pretty good about making sure that I have like all the ingredients and stuff, but clearly I was slipping this weekend because chia seeds, I should probably be good with this for like another week. But the oatmeal, I need the oatmeal because that is what helps me, stay full for a little bit. So let me go on ahead and do this. Did I have anything else to tell y'all? Nothing new right now. I just want to let y'all know I'm starving and I want to check in because it's been a while. So yeah, I'll be back. Hey, you guys. So just checking back in. I handled those claims I was telling you guys about where I got approvals. So I reached out to the customers and let them know that their payments were approved, provided them with all the documentation, payment letters, and all that good stuff. And then now I'm working on a claim that I wasn't able to get to last week. So this person they have a claim on their home and their property, and we had to do a roof inspection to determine if there was any damages up there. So our field adjuster had never actually went on the roof. I think because when they went out to do their initial inspection, it was raining. This was last year. So they kind of did like a visual inspection from the ground because they were able to see the roof from like the lawn area on both properties. But we needed to do like an actual physical inspection just to kind of rule anything out. So I did an inspection on both of the, well, had a roofer do an inspection on both of those, and they came back last Monday. So I did like acknowledge the email and all that stuff, but I have not had a chance to review it because it was just like way too much going on last week. So I am going over the report on the main house first, and then I'm going to look at the one for their rental property. So basically what I do is just kind of go through all the photos. The good thing is the roofer will not only provide photos, but also will point out any issues on the roof. So any pre-existing issues or issues that may have been caused by either the wind or the wildfire. And then they will give us an estimate for repairs. So they will let us know if there's anything that's like claims related, because that helps us determine if there's coverage for the roof. Usually they'll give an estimate for repairs, whether or not it's covered, just so we can provide that information to the customer. So this is where, if you watch my video, crap, I can't remember. I think it was a couple weeks ago. when I posted a video just talking about things that you may not know in insurance. Ooh, forgive me if that's not the actual name of the video. I'll link it somewhere here. But anyway, I was talking about how sometimes there are things that you just can't control as an adjuster. Like if the policy doesn't cover it, the policy doesn't cover it. So you will have uncomfortable conversations, but if you can provide them with an alternative or at least help them in another way, that's how I'm able to kind of save my customer service scores and stuff. So with this one in particular, I don't know if we're going to have coverage for the roof or anything, but I can at least tell the lady, like, hey, there's no like wildfire or wind related damages, if that's the case, because I haven't gone through the thing yet. But if that's the case and there's no like items that would be covered on the policy, this is what it would cost to fix your roof, based on the damages that we're seeing, whether it's maintenance or whatever. So we can at least provide them with that resource. And then this particular roofer can actually do the repairs. So yeah, go through that and see what's happening. And then also, one of the claims I got transferred, I got like a really long email from this guy. I want to say it was Friday. I haven't had a chance to review it yet, so I'll review that probably this afternoon and then figure out how to answer. I just saw he had a lot of different questions, and it was like later on Friday when I had seen it, and I was tired. I had no more fight, no more work left in me, so I was like, that's a Monday problem. And with today being Monday, it's today's problem. So anyways, let me go ahead and do that. Also, there's a couple things that I need to get at Walmart. So I think today I may use my lunchtime to go and do a pickup order. I'm waiting for my husband to respond back to let me know if he needs anything. But if he does not respond within the next like few minutes, I'm gonna have to go ahead and just put that order through because I don't want to end up getting like a later one because I really want to get it on my lunch break and not after work because I need to work out. So yeah, that was a complete side note. But anyways, just checking in and letting you guys know what's going on throughout the day. Still haven't gotten to that spreadsheet, and I probably won't until either after lunch or worst case scenario tomorrow because I have a lot of things that I need to like address and claims I need to touch, people I need to kind of talk to, let them know I haven't forgot about you. It's just busy. So yeah. Anyways, I'll be back. Hey you guys. So it's been a couple hours since I have checked in. I've gotten a lot of stuff done today. It's been very productive, and that's what we want for a Monday. Like, let's get some of this work out the way. But anyways, so normally I do eat leftovers for lunch. It's almost lunchtime, so that's why we're even talking about this. But I did not prep anything last night. So I'm gonna have to prep something like on my actual lunch break. And I have a pack of wings in the refrigerator. So when I ordered like party wings, I usually try to order like a few pounds to have enough for me, my husband, and my son. They only bought me one package. I guess they ran out or whatever. So it's perfect. It's like the perfect amount for just me. I'm likely not going to eat the whole package. I'll just have probably half of it. So yeah, I'm going to clean those in a little bit and then I'm just going to air fry them. And I also got some sweet potatoes. So I think what I'm going to do with that is just like air fry some, like cut them into wedges and have that, and then I'll have a side salad, so it'll be balanced, it'll be home cooked, and we'll be good to go. I'm gonna use basic seasonings and all of that, so nothing special. But yeah, we gonna have a home cooked meal. If I have enough time after I do all of that, then I will try to prep like the vegetables and stuff for my dinner tonight. I have a whole chicken in there, so I'm gonna like just roast that, and then I'll probably make some. We've been eating a lot of rice and I kind of want to mix it up, whatever. So I have some red potatoes. So I'll probably make like some mashed potatoes and some veggies on the side, and then that'll be enough for me and my husband to have lunch tomorrow. So yeah, I will get back with y'all shortly. I just wanted to check in and I'll let you guys see how I season the chicken and all that stuff. But it should be a pretty quick. It's gonna probably take me about half of my lunchtime to prepare it, but it's fine because I'm home, and if it's not done, I could just eat it at my desk. It's not that big of a deal. So yes. Oh, and I was gonna go to Walmart. I think I was talking about that in one of the last clips. I was planning to go to Walmart to buy or pick up a couple of items that I forgot this weekend, but the next available pickup time wasn't until like after my lunch would have been over, like towards the end of the day. And I don't have time to walk into the store and, like actually shop. So that's a, busted, well, not a busted, but it's basically a burnt mission. Do people still say that, or am I showing my age? Anyways, yeah, so I'll probably just order the stuff and just have it delivered tonight, like through Amazon or something. But yeah, anyways, let me stop rambling and finish a couple little things before I start prepping this food. All right, so this is my clean chicken. I seasoned it with seasoning salt, smoked paprika, and black pepper. And then here are the wedges, the sweet potato wedges. I just seasoned them with olive oil, salt, and pepper. So I'm going to put these in the air fryer now so I can eat as soon as possible. All right, you guys. So I am back from lunch. While I was eating, I had some ketchup on my fries, and why why did it squirt like on my hoodie? Like, of course it would do that. So I have like these spots, and I'm just hoping and praying that it comes out when I wash it. Anyway, I got to go anywhere, so I'm not, completely worried. I was able to get it out as best I could. But anyways, I'm really proud of myself for making some food, because sometimes, like when I don't have anything prepared, I will go and just grab something to eat. But I was like, nope, I got food at home. So I went on ahead and just, utilized it. Anyway, okay, so I just logged back in. I had a couple of emails actually from a housing vendor and then an insured. So nothing that I actually had to address. The housing vendor email was on a claim that was transferred. So I'm just going to respond back to them and let them know, hey, this is a new adjuster. And then customer is just basically giving me an update on his contents list. There's some items. He had a garage that burned down in the wildfire. So he needs to complete like a property worksheet, and I gave him some direction on how to do that. So he said that him and his wife are working on it, and he'll get it back to me soon. Now, I have a test, not a test. It's like a mandatory training that I have to take. It shouldn't be that long. My manager had reached out to me this morning because I guess I was on this list, like, oh, you only have 2 days to complete. You need to complete it by the due date, whatever. So I'm about to go on ahead and do that now. I meant to do it before lunch, but completely got sidetracked. So after I get done with that, then I'm going to finish reviewing this other roof report. I had two roofing reports. It's the same customer, but like two different properties. So I'm reviewing the second one and then about to prepare a letter for her so I can be done with those claims for today. And then I have a customer that reached out to me on something that she sent me in December. So she's trying to get recoverable depreciation for some of the contents that she purchased. And I added up the dollar amount, and the dollar amount doesn't exceed what we already paid. So I think that she's trying to like kind of piecemeal her reimbursement together. But the thing is, you have to show that you spent all the money that the insurance company gave you before we are able to like reimburse you any additional for like replacement costs. So I'm gonna have a conversation with her tomorrow. I figure it'd be easier to just have like a phone conversation as opposed to me trying to email that. Also, I don't want to come off as harsh in email, so I offered her a time tomorrow after lunch for us to talk. And then what else? Oh, this customer emailed me. I think I had mentioned it earlier in the vlog where I said a customer had sent me an email Friday and I haven't had a chance to review it or respond to it. So I will review it, and then I'm likely not going to be able to address it today because again, it's a lot of things that he's asking. So I'll just review it and kind of digest it and let him know, like give me, 2 to 3 business days because I really want to talk to my supervisor about next steps. So yeah, that is all that's going on now. So I'm going to take that little training real quick, and then I'll get back with you guys a little before the end of the day to let you know what has been completed and what's going to have to be pushed to the next day. All right, you guys. So we have made it to the end of the day finally. I am just kind of closing out some of the activities that I didn't have a chance to get to, but I was able to tackle some big projects. So I was able to review both of the roofing estimates. I got out a few payments. And then right now, I'm actually putting the final touches on a reserve request that I'm asking for. I had an insured that reached out with some supplement pool expenses, it's our vendor that's doing the work, and so I'm pretty sure I won't have an issue getting it approved, and the estimate is in line with the damage and the policy, so I think we're good to go, but I don't have enough money to pay it. So I went on ahead and requested that, but I'm also requesting additional reserves for temporary housing because he will likely need temporary housing through February and March. So yeah, I'm at a good space to stop. Everything else that did not get done today is going to be moved to tomorrow and beyond. But I did get the bulk of like the issues addressed today. The one thing I did not get to is that email that I have been talking about like throughout the video from that customer that emailed me on Friday. So I technically have like several days to reach out to him, but I don't like to let emails just sit without a response. So my goal now is to respond to him first thing tomorrow morning before my meeting. And I also have like a couple calls set up with other customers. So I do plan on addressing it. It's just I did not get to it today. And I don't want to force myself to try to get to it because I want to like really be able to answer his question and like kind of give it my undivided attention. And then also I do want to talk to my supervisor about just kind of what needs to be done. So I'll likely just reach out to him and just say, hey, I got it. You know, we'll address your concerns in a couple days and then go from there. But anyways, if you enjoyed this video, definitely go on ahead and give me a thumbs up. It really helps with the YouTube algorithm. If you made it this far and have not subscribed, go on ahead and click that subscribe button below. Turn on your notifications so you don't miss anything from me. And with that being said, you guys have an amazing day, and I'll see you next time.
You mad, they don't salute you. I need a bag, size is super. They turned your bag, it's like I never knew you. Lead